Good morning, students. Good morning, students. In this video, we are going to discuss about the troubleshooting the motherboard and possible problems and diagnosis procedures. So, troubleshooting the possible problems that will be the computer system includes the motherboard, daughter board, SMPS, floppy drives, monitor, keyboard, and the other peripherals, which are all interconnected through cables and the connectors. If a problem in any one of the devices will affect the operations of other devices, and sometimes the overall system may be disturbed. So the general possible problems that will be the check whether the SMPS main power cable and DC voltage power cables are connected properly. This is the first we have to check it, and whether the keyboard cable is connected properly. And then next one is monitor power cable and the signal cables are connected properly. And check the CMOS settings are set for proper configuration. And check whether the driver power cable and data cable are connected properly. Check whether all the daughter boards are inserted in the IO slot properly. And whether check the reset switch is connected properly and the keyboard lock is positioned properly. Check whether all the ICs are inserted in the BIOSes properly. Check whether the good boot disk is available in drive A. Check whether the speaker connector is connected properly. After all the above checks are carried out, switch on the system and observe post error messages. From the post messages, localize the area of problem and we can troubleshoot it. And post itself is not started, the problem will be with the motherboard and the related circuits. So the diagnostic software locate the problem domain and it displays the details. So how to diagnose this? The diagnosis procedure and troubleshooting. So the first problem, post halts does not proceed further. Processor will be suspected. And then um, here this is a fatal error when one or more CPU registers does not respond as expected. Then the CPU is a fault. The CPU may be socket or slot mounted. Replace the CPU and rectify the problem. Care should be care should be taken to reinstall the heatsink, and otherwise the CPU will be eventually overheat and fail. And then next problem, um diagnostic software reports a timer failure or refresh failure. So here is the programmable interface timer is often 8254 that may be have failure. Replace with a new programmable interface timer and rectify it. And then the problem 3, the diagnostic software reports a CMOS or real-time clock fault. So check the CMOS RAM and RTC are generally fabricated onto the same device. RTC problem indicates the real-time clock portion of the chip has failed. Replace the chip and rectify. You can rectify the problem. And then last one is the problem is BIOS password will be forgotten. How to boot the system? The PC password is stored in the CMOS ROM located in the motherboard chipset or RTC chipset. Motherboard chipset are the real-time clock chipset. These chipsets are powered by battery backup. Switch off the system, remove the battery, and leave the system off for 2 hours. Install the battery and switch on the system. Earlier schema settings will be erased. Certain motherboards have jumpers for this purpose. Short the jumpers or momentarily leave it and this will clear the CMOS. So by the two way we can reset the password by removing the CMOS battery or by uh, jumper settings in the motherboard. These are the possible problems in the motherboard and we can troubleshoot by the ways. So the problems, first problem is post will be halts and does not proceed further. Processor will be suspected. and the diagnostic software reports a timer failure, a refresh failure. We have to replace the uh, program interface timer IC, and then diagnostic software reports a CMOS or real-time clock fault. We have to replace the CMOS battery, and BIOS password will be forgot. How to boot the system? That will be we have to uh, remove the CMOS battery or by changing the jumper settings in the motherboard, and then diagnostic procedure and troubleshooting the hard disk drive. Diagnostic procedure and so diagnostic procedure and troubleshooting the hard disk drive. The first problem that will be system is not booting from hard disk. In CMOS settings, drive type may be incorrect or lost. And next one will be boot track will be corrupted. These are the two problems. It resembles system will not boot from the hard disk drive. And the disk drive second problem, the disk performance is slow. Buffer sets too low in configuration config.sys and run scan disk program to arrange the data in the hard disk in an orderly manner. Interleave may be incorrect. So these are all the problems for the disk performances is low. And then problem 3, system displays no fixed disk present, error message on the monitor. Enter the CMOS setup and see all the parameters enter for the drive are correct. Otherwise, post will not recognize the drive. Make corrections in the CMOS setup and save the setup and make sure there is no IRQ conflicts between resources. So this is the solution for the problem 3. And then next, the problem 3 is system display no fixed disk present, error message on the monitor. So the fourth one is scan disk incorrectly, hard disk problem. So by changing over the or upgrading from one Windows series, one OS to another OS or Windows series, this problem will be occur. So to solve this, run the Windows setup and the parameters. This is the solution. So to diagnose the procedure for troubleshooting in the hard disk drive. So system will not, the problems are system is not boot from hard disk drive, disk performance is slow, system displays no fixed disk present, error message on the monitor, SanDisk incorrectly reports hard disk problem under the Windows. So these are all the problems and diagnosis procedures for the troubleshooting the hard disk drive. Thank you.